I'm thrilled to be diving into some fascinating tales from the internet's most entertaining subcommunity. As I sit down to read stories from the subreddit, I'll share with you the hilarious, cringeworthy, and sometimes infuriating accounts of everyday people who have found themselves in extraordinary situations. Am I the butthole for telling my dad about pictures of naked men I found on her old phone? In April of 2024, I, 16 female, found out that my mom, 40 female, was talking to her ex-boyfriend, who took her virginity, while my dad, 50 male, was in jail for a 20-year-old charge, stealing rented property. I had found out when I saw her smiling at her phone. My parents shared a phone at the time, and just happened to look over her shoulder. Me being who I am, I confronted her, and told her to stop, and it stopped for a while. In December of 2024, she got a new phone, and after about a week, I started noticing that while texting someone, she would turn her phone away from me when I would sit next to her. I figured I would leave it alone, but on my parents' anniversary, we went out to eat, and I took my best friend with me. I was in the middle, while my best friend was on my left, and my brother on my right. My mom, who was in the passenger seat, turned her phone away so nobody could see it. My best friend, who was right behind her, tapped on me and whispered she's deleting stuff. Then I looked more into it, and started noticing the person she was texting was named Dill. By the time I gathered info, it was January of 2025, and she told me she was gonna get a new phone and give me hers. When the time came, I rushed her, and she forgot to delete her stuff. I went to log into my Facebook and noticed that there was an account with a name that definitely wasn't my mom's, but had my mom's picture. So, I went into the account and found out that she had been talking to her ex-boyfriend again. When I scrolled up, I found out that she had told him that she was legally married, but her and my dad were not together, that they lived together but had different rooms, and that they just parented weirdly. She said that she took care of me and my brother alone, and he just stayed in his room most of the time. She also said that my dad used to abuse her, which is definitely a lie. My dad is the sweetest man in the world, and has never even yelled at her. So, I screenshotted it, and figured she would make me mad, and I would bring it up. Until today. Today I decided to take the screenshots and put them in a locked folder. But to my surprise, when I opened it, there was already stuff in there. There were at least 40 pictures of different naked men. So, feeling like I had found too much, I told my dad, hoping she would blame me and try to say I was a liar and I would bring up the other stuff. But instead of that, she told my dad that I was trying to ruin their marriage and that it could just be any random man that I found on Google, and tried to say it was her. So, am I the butthole, or should I keep everything and send it to my dad? And now for the next story. AITA for not going to my sister's wedding because her venue is not wheelchair accessible. My 24 female sister, 30 female, is getting married soon. I'm very happy for her, and there are no issues between the two of us. She really wanted to get married in a specific location, and she got it, which is great, but that location is pretty much not accessible to wheelchairs. I have a significant disability, paraplegia, and cannot move at all without a wheelchair, so going there would be tough. She told me that I could be carried up any stairs and then stay at the tables, but that's not something I'm comfortable with. Getting carried is very uncomfortable and dangerous, especially when done repeatedly by someone that isn't used to it, and I really don't want to have to be carried to the toilets at a wedding full of strangers, or even worse, have an accident. Then I also wouldn't expect people to just sit with me while the celebrations are going on. But the idea of sitting there and watch for hours feels wrong. Especially that after a few hours sitting hurts a lot and skin becomes a concern. But I wouldn't ask someone to leave the wedding just for me. I'm not upset about the fact that they picked that venue. It's their day and I don't expect them to plan it based on my needs. But I also don't think she understands that it's not as easy as she thinks. There are so many things that could go very wrong. I intend to get them a nice gift, and propose to maybe spend quality time together afterwards before. One of my cousins told me that it's just one day and that it's very important for my sister. So I should make an effort and get out of my comfort zone. But I feel like endangering my health isn't as simple as getting out of my comfort zone. So, AITA for not going? Now let's check out some of the comments on this post. Endangering my health isn't as simple as getting out of my comfort zone. You would not be the asshole in this situation. You have more of a responsibility to yourself and your physical health and safety than you do to your sister's wedding day. For anyone who gives you grief about that, The argument you use is they've picked a venue that is not accessible to me, so I can't go. It's not my decision whether to go or not. They made that decision for me by picking an inaccessible venue. AITA. Here's the response from OP. That's a great way to put it. Thank you. I'm not even mad about the fact that they picked something not accessible. It's their wedding. But I expect them to understand that prioritizing my health is more important than that. You can't afford to get sores on your body from being stationary for so long. I totally would feel uncomfortable having people carry me, especially if they are not trained. And to have to worry about the bathroom on top of that. Hell no. You are a better person than I. I would be upset they choose to their destination, not the butthole. I don't get upset a lot in life, almost never to be honest, but all those comments sharing my same thoughts are reassuring. Edit. The sores definitely are one of the reasons I said no. A few hours are enough to get one, then you need months to heal. I have had surgery to put a rod in one leg because of atypical stress fractures, and will have the other one done also. I get around with a walker easily. If a facility can't be easily navigated with a walker, I don't go. Nor would I go if someone offered to carry me. That is just way too humbling and awkward for me. And we aren't even talking about the bathroom. I would never have really understood this as much if it had not happened to me. So, give your sister a bit of grace, because she cannot fully grasp the situation. Her mind is on the wedding, and she loves you and wants you to share her joy. Hope that you can work through this. I love your positive attitude and the joy you have for her upcoming wedding, even if you can't attend. And now for the next story. Am I the butthole for asking my friend to bring her own food when she asks to come over? My friend has a pretty big appetite, and when she comes over, she frequently eats many of my groceries. I am on a limited budget, and I cannot afford to feed her appetite. When she comes over, she will typically eat $40–60 worth of groceries. I am all for feeding my guests refreshments and providing snacks and meals, and I only invite my friends over when I am in the financial position to host. The friend in question asks me almost weekly if she can come over. She usually says she's having a hard time and needs a friend. I am always hesitant to have her over because of the amount of my groceries she helps herself to. If I have a full multi-pack of food, she will leave me with one or twos in addition to having whatever else she finds in my fridge or pantry. I recently addressed my concern with her and told her that if I invite her over, I plan on providing snacks meals. However, if she asks to come over, she needs to provide her own food. She did not take this well and felt I was shaming her eating habits. She does have a tendency to find comfort in food and often struggles with overeating. And pointed out that I didn't have this rule for my other friends, to which I tried to explain was because they never ate so much that I felt the need to implement any kind of rules restrictions. She said I was an for shaming her for her biggest insecurity and for singling her out by creating rules for her that I don't have with other friends. I knew she struggled with food, but still asked if she could supply her own snacks and meals when she asked to come over. Am I the butthole? And now for the next story. Am I the butthole for asking my husband not to fart in the bedroom before bed? Weird title. Stay with me. My 25 female husband, 25 male, likes to lay in bed before he goes to sleep and scroll on social media and YouTube. The problem is he's laying there and farting under the covers, out of the covers, and it smells horrible. I decompress on the couch in my game room before bed and go to bed when I'm actually sleepy. I walk in all cozy and ready to sleep, and it smells like disgusting farts, and I'm instantly in a bad mood. It makes it harder to sleep because I can't escape the smell and I'm crawling under covers that smell gross. I ask him to go hang out somewhere else and fart before bed, and he says it's my bedroom too, and gets mad at me for being insensitive to his upset stomach. He's annoyed every time I'm in a bad mood before bed, and thinks I'm being mean to him. Our bedroom is where we sleep and fuck, and that smell is not conducive to either activity. Am I the butthole for asking him to go lay on the couch and do all of his farting before bed? I lay on my couch before bed every day, so I don't think it's a terrible inconvenience to him. 8. I just want to clear some things up. 1. We fart in front of each other all the time. We are very comfortable around each other that way. 2. I'm not talking normal or even, oh babe, that one was bad fart. These are horrific. Room clearing, cover my nose and mouth with my shirt, lingering smells that sometimes don't clear out until the morning. It'll make the room smell bad for hours. Now let's check out some of the comments on this post. Not the butthole. If he can't understand the situation that you don't want to sleep or fuck in a room that smells like shit, he will never get it till you stop sleeping in there and fucking him in the bedroom. I'd urge you to switch the game room couch for a bed. Move yourself in there to sleep. Give him one last shot to stop. Explain if he does it one more time, you're moving to the game room. And no more fucking till he can show some common decency and respect. Flat out, let him know that his shit fragrance filling the bedroom makes you go drier than the Sahara in 2 seconds flat. If anyone is being mean, it's him. You've asked for something reasonable. He's being nasty and mean. Here's the response from OP. There was one occasion where I got up with my pillow to go sleep on the couch, and he finally got up and just went to the bathroom to relieve himself because he didn't want me to leave. Don't back down this time. Keep it up until there's real change. Sorry you married a child. This. And maybe a candle? Piano works too. When I was a 30s F high school science teacher, I'd have the worst flatulence after lunch. I'd light a match, or even a Bunsen burner. Piano help. I link it to my ulcerative colitis, my diet, whatever that was. If you have a Hispanic grocery store nearby, there's a good chance they'll have dried episode there. Cook with it, and it'll reduce flatulence. It's also a major ingredient separating Mexican food in Mexico from stuff in the US. He may need Lactaid, if he's lactose intolerant too. And now for the next story. Am I the butthole for refusing to help out a friend who was struggling financially? I, 18 female, have a good friend, 7 who keeps asking me for handouts, cash. But it's starting to make me uncomfortable. I need advice on what to do. My friend has been struggling financially for as long as I've known her, Abby 2 years. She has a shit home life, no dad, controlling mom, etc. And even worse, mental health. I won't disclose exactly what for privacy reasons. But it's bad. Recently she got fired from her job but won't tell me why. Mental health or the fact that she kept stealing alcohol is my guess. Since then, she's been hitting me up consistently for money, for food, gas, whatever. At first it seemed like a one-time deal, and I lent her some money. But then it started happening more often, and she began telling me about asking her other friends for $dollar as well. Over the past year I've lent her about $150, and spent another $150 on our joint meals when we go out, resulting in over $300. Every time she asks for money, she swears she'll pay me back when she gets another job, but so far she hasn't paid me back or found a new job. Yesterday, I finally set a boundary, explicitly saying to her that asking me for money made me really uncomfortable, and I'd prefer if she didn't. I also mentioned that I understood she was struggling a lot, and I offered to help her in any other way I could, talking, supporting, etc. She apologized and claimed she had a hard time looking for a job, real, and that she wouldn't ask again. However, I woke up this morning to a text from her saying she was hungry and needed gas. I've left her on red since. I have a sneaking suspicion that she doesn't want to find another job, so she's just asking for money from everyone as a way to live shit by. I really don't know what to do. I care about this friend a lot. She's sweet and funny, and I enjoy spending time with her. I feel so bad that she's struggling in so many areas of her life, and I do truly wish I could help her. But just giving away my own hard-earned money makes me feel uncomfortable and icky and weird. Am I the butthole? Should I just be helping out my friend the way she needs? Is this issue the product of the we don't talk about money social norm in society? Please give me advice. Like and subscribe for more awesome daily Reddit content. And don't forget to hit the bell to get notified when I upload new videos.